This week, in our search for spiritual awakening, I will talk about raw vegan diet. In order to talk about this, I invited the incredible Nelly Maris. She's from Bulgaria, a yoga teacher, passionate about food. Thanks to her, I discovered what is to be vegan, how to balance my food, what equipment do I need, and little tips that I will share with you today. So let's hear what Nelly has to say.
The first awakening for me with respect to the food was through yoga and the teachings of yoga. And one of the fundamental teachings is ahimsa, non-violence. And through non-violence, they teach that you're out to respect all living beings on this planet and not to harm any being. My guru used to say that the energy of the meat, when you put it in your body, that kind of merges with your energy, and you become more aggressive naturally, because that's the nature of animals, more aggressive, more unsettled, more cloud-minded, like more like, you don't have that sense of clear-mindedness. And he was also saying that if I want to go into a deep meditation, avoiding meat is the number one thing.
A lot of people are awakening, and those documentaries about not eating meat are been there forever, but it's just now that people are starting to try, to at least try. Why do you think is that?
We're going through this huge process of awakening, spiritual awakening, and one goes with the other. I haven't seen a spiritually awakened person that still is passionate about eating meat and smoking cigarettes, right? It doesn't go together. It cannot. You begin to shift your vibration every time you eat something that doesn't serve you, something that is like highly processed. You feel almost like sick in your body. Your body just doesn't want it. It doesn't match the vibration. The whole planet has been going through this shift before COVID, right? So people have been kind of questioning, and I believe with the start of the COVID, then people really started questioning. Where is their health? I've noticed a lot more people want to follow their passions and want to step away from the 9-to-5 job and just kind of do something that really excites them, because they realize that life is too short. When they transition from being just normal diet into being vegetarian or even vegan, they think that, or they don't think probably, the most logical thing for them to eat more of is the pasta, is the rice and all of that. And then unfortunately it's not the best thing to do at all. So when you're raw vegan, you look at eating everything raw or sprouted. So you start like sprouting your nuts, sprouting your seeds, maybe sprouting buckwheat, sprouting quinoa, and also your grains. And then obviously everything else is just raw vegetables, raw fruits. And it could be very exciting, and there is a lot of variety. It's not like you're chewing on a carrot all day long.
Yeah, that's why it is you the one I wanted to because you make it fun. You make it so tasty. The budget in my house has changed radically to how we feed in our family.
Yeah, but you mentioned about the different equipment, and so this is super important. This is very important, and you don't need like hundreds of equipments. So I know through the years, I would just need one food processor. Before I would make my green smoothie, and I would have like little pieces of the kale and whatever. And that wasn't too cool, but I would still eat it. Yeah, whatever. So the NutriBullet just makes everything so creamy and so smooth. So NutriBullet everybody should have in their home. And if you just start with, and this is just a little tip, start with introducing green smoothies in the morning. That's it. So whatever fruits you have at home, banana makes it nice and creamy. If you have mango, depending on where you live in the world, put lots of sprouts, lots of green leaves, whatever I can find, even salad leaves, kale, whatever I can find, just stuck it all in with a little bit of water, and I'll blend it, and that's my, breakfast will take me up to lunch, even after lunch. But this, this in the morning will give you probably your whole dose of minerals, of vitamins, of everything that you need to keep you going for the day.
And I do recommend people, if you are going to change your diet, do a blood test first,
Yeah.
just for you to be, even to be safe, and then after like 6 months, let's try another test just for you to see if you're going the right path, because sometimes you're not eating enough greens as well, right? Taking vitamins, extra vitamins also help.
Yeah.
I just did my test and the doctor said you're taking too much B12. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's good. It's fine that the body stores it anyway. But yeah, B12 is something that if you move into a vegetarian diet or vegan diet, more like it, it's important because B12 used to be in the soil. So the soil used to have B12, and hence the vegetables absorb it and then you absorb it. But the soil has changed. It's a lot depleted, and so B12 is found in eggs and red meat. But if you don't eat those, then you need to supplement, definitely.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100% raw anymore, but as long as you implement, so if you have your plate and 70% of what you have on your plate is raw, then you're on the right track. You don't have to be 100% raw at all. Some days you can, if you want to go into a detox, it's wonderful, it's really nice.
It's important that you need to learn how to listen to your body.
Find balance.
Yeah, so starting with like reduce the size of the meat and incorporate greens.
Exactly. But experimenting is very important. Experimenting and going on that journey and seeing, okay, well, if I eat too much raw vegetables, I get indigestion. And what does that mean? Probably don't have the enzymes develop in your body. So reduce them and kind of slowly build them. As I said, okay, like start reducing the meat or cook with meat, but don't eat the meat.
Yeah.
Eat the sauce. And when you start making that slow transition, then suddenly you look at other things that is going to fill out that space, more vegetable dishes and how to cook these amazing curries and all these flavors to put together, and you realize that you don't need meat to flavor the food, because this is a great misconception. You need the meat to kind of flavor everything. No, you have so many herbs and spices and so many things that bring that wonderful flavor to a vegetarian dish.
So, are you going to share any special recipe?
Yes, I can. Yes.
And that she did. She made an amazing green juice with papaya, banana, kale, and spirulina with a little bit of water, and you're ready to start your day. So what do you think? Is this a style of life with you? Give it a try. I am Yadira, and this is
Awakening 593.